So it is 5:30 in the morning. I've actually been trying some new things, like waking up earlier. I feel like I've been, more energetic. I've been feeling more productive. I feel like I get more things done. I feel like I have, like a clear headspace to where I can just sit, zone in on what I have to do. And I also feel like I'm the only person up, doing what I'm doing. So that feels great. Kind of feels like I have a head start on the day. Hey, what's going on? My name is Mikey Olexy. Welcome back to another video. I'm so pumped because there's something new that came in the mail yesterday. And there's no other feeling in the world than getting a new package in the mail because, when you get home and you see a new package on your porch and you're like, is it Christmas time? I think so. Thank you, Santa. But anyways, what did I get in the mail yesterday? I got this. What is this? This is the new PM VND Variable ND Filter Black Edition. Polar Pro dropped this on their website not too long ago, and when I found out about it, I hopped on the website and figured, let's see what the hype is about. By the way, which is not sponsored. Turns out they have added a few new features, and, well, they were only making 1,000 of these. That is crazy. So I figured let's pick it up and see how it does compared to the other PM VNDs. And, I mean, come on. They were only making 1,000 of these. What if they never made them again? And it's also pretty cool that I have one of the limited amount that they were making. But I haven't opened it yet, so let's get into it. In the box, we have the filter itself, which is already in a hard shell plastic case. Now, this thing seems really durable. So, I mean, what's really nice about this is it also, surrounds the entire filter. So you can just put the filter in the case and then just put it in your pocket so that way you can have it on the fly. Now this case is totally different than the one that comes with the Signature Edition 2, which is actually the Defender case, and that case was designed for the user to not ever have to touch the glass of the filter. So then all you have to do is open the case and then screw the filter onto your lens and then boom, you're ready to go. And then obviously this one is totally different than the one that they included with the first PM filter, which was a really nice metal case that would actually protect the filter to a certain degree, or even nice for display use. But all in all, this is still a great case. Then we have instructions on how to install the filter, and then a lens cloth. There it is. The PM VND Variable ND Black Edition. Now you see me, now you don't. Now for the features, this includes a 3 to 6 stop range, so you don't have to really worry about cross polarization because it starts at 3 and it ends at 6, and that's it. So that's a great feature to have. It would also be good for on-the-fly filmmaking like vlogging and whatnot, or if you just wanted to have a nice ND in your camera bag, so then that way if you want to do something like long exposure, you can just bring this baby out, pop it on your lens, and then you can keep your aperture right where you want it and, really bring down your shutter speeds, and that way you can have those nice long exposures during the day. It also provides zero vignetting all the way down to 16 millimeters, and it even comes with this cinema grade glass that I didn't even see advertised to any of the other PM filters. So this could be something that's totally different, or I could just be totally wrong. Speaking of the glass, it comes with 16 layers of anti-scratch, anti-oil, and hydrophobic coatings. And then of course the entire assembly of the frame is aluminum, so that's also nice because it's nice and light. Now what is an ND filter, how does it work, and why do we use them? There are multiple types out there. There are variable ones, and then there are ones that aren't variable. And the variable ones allow you to control how much light is coming in through your lens, kind of like aperture, for example. And how they work is they basically act as if they're like sunglasses for your lens. And what do sunglasses do? They allow you to see better on bright days. Now I may be thinking, why would I use this on a really bright day when I can just adjust my exposure in manual mode? Well, when long exposure comes into play, and if you want to take a photo of a really nice waterfall with all this water crashing on all these rocks, and you want to make that water super, super milky looking or really, really soft, you're going to need something to keep that exposure as low as possible because you're going to be cranking down that shutter speed. And then if you want that really nice shallow depth of field, you're going to have to let as much natural light come in through your lens and have your f-stop all the way down to like maybe f4 or f2.8 or f1.8 or 1.4 or what have you. Same thing when it comes down to shooting video. If you want to have that really nice shallow depth of field, but you want to have it as cinematic as possible and you're shooting at something like 24 frames a second, you're going to have to keep that shutter speed at 1/50, and then you're still going to have that lens as wide as possible. So maybe you're shooting at f4 or f2.8 or f1.2 or what have you. It's going to be really, really bright no matter how low your ISO is going to be. So this is why ND filters or variable ND filters are so important. You can keep that shutter speed locked in and your footage will be consistent and cinematic, and you'll be able to have that really nice shallow depth of field with your aperture. Now, being that there have been many variations of this filter that they made, starting out with the PM Signature Edition 1, which came at a choice of having a 2 to 5 stop range or a 6 to 9 stop range, they eventually decided to make some upgrades to not only the filter itself, but the case as well. And then they came out with the Signature Edition 2. Once again, this came in 2 to 5 and 6 to 9 that you can choose from. But they also have a version of this that has a Pro Mist filter effect, which really diffuses the highlights and it makes things really soft and dreamlike looking, and it's really complementary towards skin tones. It's just an overall great piece that you can have in your camera bag, but sadly I do not have it with me right now. But that as well also gave you the option to choose between a 2 to 5 stop range or a 6 to 9 stop range. And then now we have the PM Black Edition, which, as we said earlier, has a 3 to 6 stop range. But what really makes me wonder is, why did they put this out, and what is the difference between this and its predecessors like the Edition 1, the 2, and the Mist? So let's compare them. Starting off with looks, PM Black is of course black, and then all of its predecessors have Polar Pro's signature gold ring. It's kind of like night and day. Now, aside from cosmetics, the Black's adjustment ring is very similar to the Edition 1's because they don't have the haptic feedback like the Edition 2. And what haptic feedback is, it's a locking feature that as you adjust your adjustment ring at each stop, it locks the stops into place. So then that way you know exactly what stop you're at. Another little difference that makes me wonder, maybe it's not even a real difference, but it says that this has cinema glass in it. Does that mean that there's different glass in this versus the Sig 1 or the Sig 2? Do they all have the same type of glass? Does this change anything up? Is there a difference in colors, or maybe it makes things look more cinematic? Now, do I regret picking up this filter? Not at all, because despite of its very, very, very little differences, it's still a great little piece to have in the arsenal. But that is it for me today, folks. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that you liked hanging out with me early mornings. They could be a new thing, maybe. If you did like the video, remember to destroy the like button, because every ounce counts and every ounce is appreciated. Don't forget, hit up the comment section below. We can talk, converse, whatever. And if you have not yet, definitely subscribe. Oh, and don't forget, just explore. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.